Hi everyone, welcome back to Edureka, instructor-led online training portal. So in our previous class, we were looking into handling different controls on a web page, right? So we have seen how to handle the drop-downs, we have seen how to handle the pop-ups, the alerts that is present in a web page. So in our today's class, we are going to continue with handling other controls which is present in a web page, and we are going to see how to handle them as well. Right, so we have set the objectives for today's class. We are going to perform the testing on drag and drop functionality, which means how to drag from one place to another place and how to perform this mouse hover functionality. For example, if you go to this e-commerce applications like your Amazon and other applications wherein you might have to click mouse over in order to get the drop down, right? So how do we perform that mouse over operation in order to work with an application is what we are going to see in our today's class. And we are also going to see how to test whether all the links are working on a web page or not. So one web page would be having multiple links, so we might have to capture all the links in the web page and we might have to test whether they are fine or not. So that is what we are going to perform in today's class. And this we have already seen perform testing on switching between the different browser windows, which is nothing but your browser pop-ups, right? So this we've already seen, so we are not dealing with this again. And we are also going to see your handling keyboard events and mouse events. So keyboard events and mouse events we already know. We have seen how to work with the keyword or strokes, that is we use your send keys of your web element class. And for your mouse events we are going to see we have seen this click event of your web element interface, right? So that is what we have done. So here we are going to discuss about the first three concepts, which is your drag and drop, hover functionality, and then work checking whether all the links are work fine, and just the recap of whatever we have seen in our previous classes about your switching between windows and keyboard and mouse. Okay, so let's get started. So first thing that we are going to perform is drag and drop functionality. So let me not go through the slides, instead let me start showing you the hands-on. So we are going to create, here only I'm going to create another class. So what is the class that we are going to do? We are going to create a class by name drag and drop. All right, so let me take this. Now the first two lines is going to be the same, wherein we have to set the system property and we have to launch the browser. So once after we have launched the browser, so what we are going to do, we are going to navigate to the URL. So the URL that I've taken is the one which is present, okay, in your the goodies page from by your Google. So this is the one which has a drag and drop functionality. These are the demo pages. So how do we drag and drop usually? So we just place this cursor on the handle and then drag handle and we'll drop it to the other location. So this is what we are going to simulate in our today's class. Okay, so let me take this and then navigate to this URL, right? So we have navigated to this URL. So next is we are going to handle the drag and drop block. So how do we handle it? We have to inspect it, right? So let me inspect this. Do a F12. Now I'm going to identify this element. Okay, so this element. So always make sure that you're not going to handle the data which is here, but instead we are always going to handle this drag handle itself, right? So you cannot drag data from here, right? So if you use this drag handle, only then you would be able to drag it, correct? So make sure you inspect the drag handle. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to fetch this text, okay, and I'm going to write my own XBAR, right? So I just do this Control F, okay, so double slash, it is H1. So what is it? It is your text. Text is equal to block 1, right? So this element is identified, correct? So now what we are supposed to do is, if you just identify this element, it is not possible. So this drag and drop operation can be performed by a special class called as action actions class which has multiple methods in order to work with your different controls. Okay, so this actions class, actions is equal to, now what it is going to do is it is going to help you to perform this operation. So I am going to instantiate this class first, and I would be passing the control of the driver. Okay, so now let me import this from your org OpenQA Selenium.interactions. Okay, so that is the package name. So in your interactions you have a class called actions which helps you to perform multiple operations like drag and drop, mouse over, so all these things, context click, which is your right click. So that is how we are going to perform. Now, how do we move or drag an element from one place to another place is you say actions dot drag and drop. So you give the source element and also the target element. So this is going to be the source and this is going to be the target. So for that I have to identify the source and target. So for that what I'm going to do is I am going to identify a web element. So I say web element, right? So what is the web element? Element is block 1. So web element, I'll just name it as B1 is equal to, so what I'm supposed to do, I'm supposed to identify this element. So I say driver dot find element by dot xpath, right? So using xpath, I'm going to identify this element. So this element, where am I dragging? I am dragging it to this particular block. So I'll have to identify the block 3 as well, right? So let me take this block 3 and let me write the xpath for this. So I'll take this, Control F. So this I think I'll have to change it to block 3 and this would be identified. So let me find this element here. Right, I say web element B3 is equal to what I say, driver dot find element by dot xpath, and I'm going to pass this xpath. Right, so I have identified two elements. So let me pass this control here to drag and drop. So as okay, this is B3, right? So as soon as you say drag and drop B1 comma B3, so this is not going to perform any operations because all your operations from your actions class need to have another method which should be invoked, that is your perform. Only if you say perform, they are going to perform the operations on the given element, right? So this is how you drag one element from another element. So let us see how this works. So let me run this program. Okay, so now what it is going to do, it is going to launch the browser, navigate through the URL and drag the block 1 and drop it into the block 3, right? So that is how, and it is going to drop it in the block 3's position. Okay, so that is what we will simulate. So it is now navigating through the URL. So once it navigates, it is going to show you the drag and drop functionality. Can you see this? So it has dragged that block 1 and dropped at the position of block 3. So this is how we perform the drag and drop operation. Alright, so the next one is your mouse hover event. Okay, so we'll see how to hover the mouse on a particular element. Okay, so here I would take this Amazon.com, okay, because this is one of the best sites to mouse over, right? So here what we are going to do is we are going to see this mouse over. So if you mouse over here, then it is going to identify this element. So even this is a mouse over. So for example, you can go with clothing, and then if you want to go with women, you can just click on this. So this is what we are going to simulate, all right, and identify whether this page has been loaded or not by capturing this title of this web page. So where are we starting with? We are starting with your departments. So let me create a class for that first. So what do? I just say right click, go to new, go to class. I write this mouse hover. Okay, so let me pick this up again, copy the first two lines which is used to launch your browser. So this is done. Let me put it here. Right, so this is done. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to navigate to that URL driver.get. So that is nothing but your https amazon.com. So this is my URL that I'm going to navigate to, correct? So the next thing is I have to identify this element and I'll have to mouse over on that. So for that what I'm going to do, I am going to just find this element first. Okay, so let me do this F12. I will identify this element. So what it is a span, and you have nav2. So let me see this. Where do I find the proper value for that? So this is line 1, this is the one, but let me identify it properly. So let me go back. Wait. So it has to be proper. Amazon.com. I'm sorry. Yes. Now I'm going to identify this element, which is your departments. Let it load. Let it load. Now, yes. Here. Okay. Oh, I just click on that. That's the problem. Loading. This is here. So it says nav2 and span class. Yes. We have the text as well, and we have the span class as well, right? So for that, if I just mouse over on this, it is the text. So let me write my span text is equal to departments, right? So it is now identifying this. So this has been identified uniquely. Let me pick this up. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to mouse over on this, right? So first I will identify this element. Okay, how do I identify this element? I'm going to say actions. Action is equal to new actions of drive. So this is what I'm going to do, right? So let me instantiate this. Now what I'll do, I would say action dot move to element. Okay, and I'm going to use this target element. So what is the target element? The target element is, I would say, I would call it as menu. Okay, so this is the one, and then I have to perform the operation. So how do I get this menu? First, I'll have to identify that element, right? So how do I identify? Web element menu is equal to driver dot find element by dot what it is xpath, correct? So I'm going to pass this xpath here. So let me import this web element as well, right? So this is done. So now what we are going to do, after we have identified this element, we are going to mouse over on it. So your move to element function is going to mouse over. So move to element is nothing but your mouse over. So let me run this. So it is navigating through the URL. It is going to mouse over on that, and the drop down would be provided, right? So we'll see whether it is mouse hovering on it or not. Yes, this is done. Okay, now after this I'll have to again mouse over on this, right? So in that case, what we are going to do, we have to identify this element as well, and then we are going to mouse over on that also. So how do we identify? Just go there, right click and say inspect, and you would be able to get that. So even this is a span. So let me do this. Span text is equal to what it is? It is jewelry. So this is here. So when you mouse over and go here, it would be identifying it. So let me use this, right? So the next one is action dot move to element, and then what I'm going to do, I'm going to give this element as clothing. I'm naming this as clothing, and I say perform. Okay, so if I have to use this, then I would say clothing. So I would create this web element clothing is equal to driver dot find element by dot xpath, right? So here I would give a semicolon, right? And then I'm going to perform this operation. So once after I move to clothing, what I'm going to do, I'm going to click on women. Okay, so here I'm going to inspect this again, and I would be fetching this. Okay, so let me go to this category, web element category women is equal to driver dot find element by dot xpath, and I would be writing the xpath. Span text is equal to women, right? So this is how I write my xpath. Okay, so with this, let me close. Okay, there's some problem with my xpath. Let me change it first. So you'll have to make it like this, and then remove this, and then add one more and semicolon, right? So and then you say what? You say cat women dot click, right? So this is what we are going to see. And once you click on this women, right? So what it does, it is navigating to this page. So I have to check whether it has navigated to this page or not. So for that, what I'm going to do, I'm going to capture the title of this and check whether it has navigated to that particular page or not. So where is the title? Title is in your head. So this is what I'm going to capture, right? So I say string expected title is equal to. So what I'll do, I'll paste it here, right? And now I'm going to capture this. String actual title is equal to what it is, driver dot get title, right? So I say driver dot get title. So this is done. So once I'm done this, you say if actual title dot equal, right? Dot equals expected title, then you say navigation navigated to women's page, right? Then what you say, else unable to navigate to the specified page, right? So this is how we are going to perform. So before this, one important thing that we have to do is what? We have to give me a minute. So there's one extra. So let me remove this. Okay. So what we are supposed to do is we are supposed to wait until all the elements gets loaded, right? So I use this driver dot manage dot window dot maximize. So I'm going to maximize it, and then I'm going to manage the timeouts as well. Driver dot manage dot timeouts, and I say implicitly wait. I give 10 time units of second. Okay, so this is how I'm going to work. So after this starts our actual testing, right? So let me run this and see whether it works or not. So now it is going to launch the browser. It is going to navigate through the URL, right? And then it would maximize the window, mouse over on your departments, mouse over on your clothing, and then it is navigating to your women's clothing page, and then you would have got the actual message that your test case has been passed. So this is how we are going to perform your mouse over operation. Alright, so the next one is to see. So the next one that we are going to see in our today's session is what? So we are going to see how to check whether all the links on the web page are working fine or not. Okay, so the dragging has been seen. We saw how to drag an element from one object to another object, and then we also saw how to perform your mouse over operation. So this window handling is already done. Okay, now we are going to see how to check whether the web elements has been working fine or not. Okay, so this is what we are going to see in our today's class. Okay, so I just go here and then I'm going to create a class. What it is? All links, and then I would copy these 2 lines. Okay, I would copy this 2 lines and then paste it here. Okay, so the next thing that I'm supposed to do is what? I'm supposed to navigate through the URL. I say driver dot get, and I would be using this http www.seleniumhq.org because this has a lot of links to check. Okay, so let me go to this page. Alright, we'll see whether it opens fine or not. Perfect. So can you see here, there are a lot of pages, a lot of links that you can see here, right? Many browsers, operating system, WebDriver, and even this is a link, this is a link. So all the links we are going to capture. So how do we capture it? It is very easy. We have a special method in our WebDriver interface, which is our find elements method, which will be used in order to find out multiple elements on a web page. So for that, we are going to say driver dot find elements. Okay, and since I'm handling multiple elements, I'm going to use this tag name, and the tag name is what? The tag name is A, right? Because it is a anchor tag which is used to build your links, hyperlinks, right? So this find elements method is going to return the list of web elements. So on the left hand side, we are going to create a list of web elements and we are going to name it as all links is equal to, right? So now I'm going to import your list from your java.util package, and we are going to import your web element from your OpenQA Selenium. So once we have identified all this, we are going to capture each and every link text one by one. So how do we do? We are going to say, so for loop, we are going to take the for each loop for web element link, and I'm going to pass this all links here. And what we are going to do? We are going to capture the text of each and every element. String text is equal to link dot get text. Okay, so this is what we are going to do. And if text is equal to blank, okay, or if text is equal to null, then what we are going to do? So here it is not allowing the null operator. Okay, let us take if the text is equal to, oh sorry, this is the problem, is equal to null, or your text equal to blanks, then let me make it as not equal to. Okay, oh this is the one, I'm sorry. All right, so not equal to, and then what you're going to do? You're going to print this, right? What you're going to print? You're going to print your text. Okay, so let me see how this program works, and we are going to run this. Right, so now it is going to launch your browser, navigate through your URL, right, and it is going to capture all the links from this web page, and it is going to print the links accordingly, right? Can you see this? All the links from your cross button also has been captured, right? So this is the one. So if you see this, so this close is a link, this here is a link, edit this page is a link, and all possible links that is present on a web page has been captured, and all the text has been displayed here. So this is how we are going to work with your capturing of all your elements. Okay, so after this we would see the next operation, which is our windows, like switching the windows, which we have already seen in our previous class, right? So handling web elements also has been seen in our previous class. How do you handle elements? Keyboard events are handled using your send keys method of your WebDriver interface, and mouse events are handled using your click method of your interface, right? So this key down action, key up action are all your send keys action, are all the actions of your WebDriver interface. So that is what we are going to work in your Selenium. So these actions are nothing but your actions of your Celanese command. Okay, so this is about your handling multiple controls on your web page. All right, so we'll summarize what we have done till now. So we have seen how to perform drag and drop functionality. We have seen how to test the mouse overing options, and we have also seen how to work on all the links on a web page. And in the last class itself, we have seen how to switch between your browser windows and how to handle your mouse actions, that is your click action, and also your keyboard actions. All right, so if you have any questions, please feel free to drop us an email, or you can also contact us on our support number. And as I always do, so this is my request, please do take the feedback, please do take up the survey. So whether it is your comments, your suggestions, your ideas, we are open for it. So you can go ahead and take this up, and I hope you guys would practice whatever we have studied till today and come back to the next class so that we can have a good continuation and good control on the subject. All right, until the next class, see you guys, have a good day, bye bye.